It's a new day and then it's a new morning to start. It's a pleasant day to each and everyone. Today we were going to discuss about the 8 basic wood joints. So those basic wood joints are the edge-to-edge joint, butt joint, rabbet joint, deity joint, miter joint, lump joint, mortise and tenon joint, and lastly is the dovetail joint. So later on, you will hear the definitions of those basic wood joints and their uses. So without further ado, let's get started. So first is the edge-to-edge joint. So this joint is used when laminating boards together edge to edge to obtain a wider piece of wood. So, the edge-to-edge joints are used to glue several boards into a surface. They are commonly used for tabletops, desktops, and cabinet parts. So, these joints can be plain or reinforced in both stances. They rely only on glue to hold them together. Next is butt joint. So the butt joint is the most basic woodworking joint, commonly used when framing walls in conventional stake frame homes. So this joint relies on the mechanical fastener to hold the two pieces of stock in place. In butt joint are the this is the most basic method for connecting two pieces of wood, and while it isn't the strongest of joints, but it is very useful in some situations. You can learn how butt joint by using proper technique to ensure that your butt joints are as strong as possible. So, as shown in the picture, a butt joint where the two pieces of wood joint butt up against each other to form a 90-degree angle. So that this joint is usually strengthened by screws and nails.
Good morning, everyone. Let us continue the reporting of reporter number 1. Let us proceed to the third type of wood joint, which is rabbet. Okay, the rabbet is a cut groove along or near the edge of a piece of wood that allows another piece to fit into it to form a joint. Okay, so rabbet is an L-shaped type of groove cut across the edge or end of one piece. Rabbet joints are easy to make and it is strongly used for simple boxes, simple cases, cheap drawers, frame-in chairs, and it is usually reinforced with screws or nails. Okay, for the fourth type of wood joint, we have dado. Now, dado is a groove cut across the grain. Dado is a strong joint and it is used in making books, shelves, drawers, steps, and bookcases.
Meter. The joining pieces are cut at a 45-degree angle and joined to form a right angle. So when we say meter, it is a surface forming a beveled end or edge where a joint is made by cutting two pieces of material such as wood at an angle, fitting them together. So it is a joint that made by cutting each of two parts to be joined, just like what you've seen in the picture. So across the main surface, it usually at 45 degree angle, but sometimes it usually form 90 degree angle, though it can comprise any angle greater than 0 degree. So for example, meters I can use for decorative molding and for frames. So next is lap. Lap joints are really large group of joints in which one side laps over the other. A cross slap joint joins two pieces with flush faces. The pieces may cross at any angle, cutting the edges of equal width and depth on the two pieces so that the faced surface are flush when they are assembled makes the joint. It is used for legs of furniture, doors, furniture frames, and braces. This joint is strong. So when we say lap joint, it is the joint between two pieces of metal in which the edges or ends are.
Good morning, everyone. I am Nurin Tilacan. Now, I am going to report about the last two basic wood joints. The seventh basic wood joint is the mortise and tenon. One of the most common joints used for the rails and legs of tables, chairs, and other types of furniture is the mortise and tenon joint. Mortise and tenon joint connects two pieces of wood or other material, and woodworkers around the world have used it for thousands of years to join pieces of wood, mainly when the adjoining pieces connect at right angles. Mortise and tenon joints are strong and stable joints that can be used in many projects. With a little practice, you should be able to make a nice mortise and tenon joint in under 10 minutes. A tenon's thickness should be one third the thickness of the stack being mortised. So if you are joining two pieces of 3/4 material, the tenon should be 1/4 thick. Tenons too tight in their mortises can cause splits. A good mortise and tenon joint should go together easily by hand, but not be loose enough to fall apart. Avoid too thin mortise walls which split easily by never making them less than 1/4 thick. Making the two parts of the joint always follows a specific order. The mortise comes first, followed by a tenon to fit. The advantage of this basic wood joint is that in the quality of the fabrication. If the proportions are incorrect, so the wood can share on other side. This makes the mortise and tenon joint an incredibly difficult joint for the DIYer to create. The eighth basic wood joint is the eighth basic wood joint is the dovetail. The dovetail is very strong because of the way the tails and pins are shaped. This makes it difficult to pull the joint apart and virtually impossible when glue is added. This type of joint is used in the box constructions such as drawers, jewelry boxes, cabinets, and other pieces of furniture where strength is required. A dovetail joint is a joinery technique most commonly used in woodworking joinery. The interlocking dovetail joint has a large glowing area, further adding to its strengths. Hand-cut dovetail joints require precise hand saw and chisel skills and can be fiddly to mark out and cut. If dovetail joints are poorly made, they will lose the advantage of strength and durability. Dovetail starts with a half pin located on the outside of the joints. Typically of fine work, this would be 6 millimeters to 9 millimeters. On larger work also like a tool chest, 10 millimeters to 18 millimeters would be acceptable. You have to set making gauge to the half pin size of your choice and mark the half pin on the tail boards. Dovetail consists of an interlocking and snugly fitted series of pins and tails. All the tails are cut into one piece of wood, called the tail piece. The tail piece. Typically, the completed tail piece then serves as a template for marking and cutting the pins in the pin piece. It is true that dovetail is hard to make, but all it takes is a couple of stabs at the joint, and even a novice will be happy about the results. That's all about my report for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you gain learnings about my discussion for today. Thank you.